Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi, Marcus. I'm fine, I'm at the code.
Yeah, so I think if you have just a memorandum, it just says.
You guys gonna need a, see it works, we go forward. You might need to be in proximity to the dongles.
Here, Molly, you should click that. Okay, we got click it to see if it works.
On this side.
Hi guys, how are you doing? So let me ask you guys something. How many of you drove here today? So are you ever too busy to wash your own car? Yeah? So what if I told you that right now, as you're watching these students do their pitch, you could get your car washed? Oasis, we're gonna bring the wash to you. Hi, I'm Sterling, and I'm the CEO of Oasis.
Hi, I'm Marlon, and I'm the Chief Information Officer of Oasis.
Hi, I'm Marcus, and I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of Oasis.
Hi, I'm Ferris, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer of Oasis.
So some of you guys, when you want to get your car washed, you might not have enough time. There's other services like mobile detailing that get really, really expensive, and sometimes you might not even be accessible to get to that service.
So we came up with a solution, and it's Oasis, because we literally bring the wash to you. Similar to like Uber, how you can order food and it'll just come to your house. You're going to be able to order a car wash. We'll come to you. You pay through the app or website, and we'll leave.
Okay, so for the customer, of course, we would just want to target anyone with a car and busy people and people that are 25 and up, because that's usually when they have a job and they're able to pay for stuff. And so anyone that's busy, such as you guys could be getting a car wash right now, and people with jobs and kids and things like that.
Now, like Marlon said, Oasis is going to be an app, but right now, since it's still in development, a website is being made for Oasis to inform customers about Oasis. You can sign up to become a washer for Oasis, and soon there will be an estimator to guess the estimate price that it will be to get your car washed.
For now, we do have bundles that are priced before the distance. So how we plan on doing is you pay for the wash itself, which is any one of these bundles up here, silver, gold, or platinum. And then depending on how far you are, like Uber, it would also add a price of distance coming up there in the first place. So as you see up here, there's the silver wash starting up at $15, where it's just a basic exterior wash using one of our mini soaps. And as it goes up, it has anything that the previous bundle or type of wash had before, but extra. So in the gold, which is ranged at $25, will not only have the exterior wash, but also a wax detail finish. And as the platinum, which ranges up to $45, will not only have the exterior and wax finish, but also clean interior finish. With our competition, when we were looking at our indirect competition, we were looking at the traditional car wash itself, so like a ride and shine or surf through. We see the problem with them is, yes, they do charge an affordable price to go out there in the first place, but then you also got to worry about cost of driving out there in the first place, depending on how far you live from the car wash. And for the people who don't traditionally go to car washes and would go to detailing services that aren't mobile, there is, as my partner explained it before, a bit of a price budget that goes up, being a little too expensive for the average household. And when looking at our more direct competitors, which is mobile detailing services, you see people like No H2O and Washe, who are similar to us in ways where they do use an app, but none of them are in the West Coast, where No H2O is actually still in Europe, and Washe is still in the East Coast.
All right, so what is our total addressable market? What we gathered was there are 2 million registered cars in Fresno, Madera, Tulare, and Kings counties. We got 59.40%, or 740,787 people who have a household income of 30,000 and above. If those people were to get 18 washes per year, that's 9 out of 12 months, 2 washes per month, at an average of $28.30 per wash, we would gather, 1 year would gather $377 million. Now for our SAM, we took those 740,000 people and took 56.3%, which are the people who live in Fresno County. And doing further research, we found that 70% of those people use cell phones. So that would be 291,944 customers who would get an average of 3 washes per year at the same $28.30 per wash, getting a roughly $24.7 million.
So the independent contract industry is something we're trying to get into because it is a rising industry. Like we said, Uber, Grubhub, and Instacart, they're all services that you can order to come to you without you having to leave. And that's a possibility that we're trying to get into so we could expand and grow in that.
And also, going on to the independent contracting industry, we would also be able to have laborers and workers that would be able to work on their own time and would make it manageable for us as we work for them.
So for MVP, we were planning to have our MVP on MVP night here. We're gonna make up a survey with people that will volunteer their cars so we can wash them. We're gonna have a separate area out in the parking lot to where we could wash them, and so it could be somewhat how our business will be. They'll park their cars, they'll come in here, have fun on MVP night, and by the time they go back to their cars, it's gonna be clean without them having to do anything. And also separate, we're gonna have our location somewhere outside, probably near the basketball courts, where we have a car not only demonstrating what we are, but we're also gonna show how we're quality. We're gonna cover half of the car with our products, and the other half is going to stay normal, to see that we are also quality, not just affordable and eco-friendly.
Now, you might even ask yourself why some of us might start in Fresno. Well, we learned something, that Fresno is actually the most diverse place per capita in the United States. So if it would be a successful place here, it could easily expand onto any other places, any state, city in the United States. Right here also would be costs for our MVP. Just quick, what it would cost to pay for our MVP on MVP night, or any other way that we would like to demonstrate it.
And going off from our first MVP, we do plan on having a second MVP where we work with other businesses like Lydia's Customs, Art Hive, and Star Tacos, where we would host an event at the Bitwise Hive. Being able to get out there and reach more customers, and also use our basic, or not basic, but use our bundled washes like how you've seen before, which is our silver, gold, and platinum, but without the cost of driving out.
Thank you for your time. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, what's your cost to operate your wash? So obviously you're gonna have to figure out a way to get water to places and soap and things. So what is that amount to?
Well, could you go back to that slide? Right here, it would be, those are costs for the soaps and quick wax and pressure washers and all that. So a total of it, well, these are all different because there's other things included, but if you take the washer right there, that would cost $140 to get the washer. We have water, and the quick wax and soap right there would cost $8.99.
Going on with what my partner said, hopefully in the future we do plan on getting a water tank for ourselves to keep it eco-friendly and use a certain amount of water in each wash. We haven't done research on it yet, but we do plan on adding it soon.
Yeah, we are working on a water conservant method, because we do understand that it does use a lot of water to just wash a car, and if we're gonna wash multiple people's cars, that we would have to find a way to conserve water.
You need to have a 1 year that costs you, that's I think what the issue is. So for instance, you've got 64 ounces of gold class wash. How many ounces goes to one car? So
It uses-
if it's 2 ounces, then you're down to $8.99 divided by 32 or whatever that is. So I'll make them out to 37 cents, I'm just making that. And you need to go through all of those. The business cards isn't part of your unit cost. Your pressure washer, you got to figure out the depreciation, so maybe it's 10 cents per car. You need to change the name warranty, which is misspelled in there. So I mean, somewhere in here, because right now you've got a price on the wash, but you don't know actually what it's costing.
Per wash.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's, if you don't have that, that's how you go broke.
Yeah. And you also need to include, because is this just like a basic wash or a detail? Because the detail, you're gonna need more stuff. You need a vacuum to clean the inside, you need like the tire shine, you need the polish for the inside of the car,
So
right?
when we were setting up our cost for the MVP night, we did leave out some stuff that we already had. So for things on detailing, like the vacuum and anything else, we basically just left out for the cost. But I understand what you said.
Yeah, but I would have just at least included it because that threw me off. I thought, well, is this just a regular wash or is it an actual detail? Which is very different. Yeah, I think somewhere you need to include what is actually included in each one, because I know you said it, like this is what's in the basic, this is what's in the gold. You need to somehow break it down of everything that's gonna be included with that wash, or with the detail. I definitely look at your spelling and grammar and caps and all that, because there were a couple of errors that I noticed. So on your SAM, why did you guys focus on the cell phone? Where you guys said this many people have cell phones and that's why we took this percentage?
Well, that's because it's utilized in an app. That's how you order the wash is
Oh,
with
I
the
see.
app.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't do it before.
Okay, so an average of $28.30, and you're saying people with an annual income of $30,000 are going to buy your service?
That's just the average that we grabbed because it's 30,000 and above.
My guess is that if I'm making $30,000 a year, I'm not going to use your car wash. I mean, that's a big chunk of money out of my annual income. So you may want, and that's throwing your estimates off, so you may want to raise that up to more like 45 or 50 in there. Can you walk me through the visuals? I got my car out there, it's parked in the slot. Tell me how this works.
So if you needed a car wash, you would
I
pull
do need it.
All right, so you could pull out the app, mark the location of where your car is, like how an Uber driver would pick you up to mark the location of yourself, but in this case, you would mark your car, and we come to that location, you would put in the details of your car so that we know which one it is,
Oh, that'd be good.
and then,
Sure, I would.
yeah.
Driver's license plate. Okay, so you pull up to my car's in a parking slot. Now tell me how this works.
That's what we're still working on how we're gonna fix it if it's parked in a parking lot, so we wouldn't upset any other people to get water.
If you're hauling hoses in there and buckets, you're probably gonna scrape up against the car
One
next to it.
solution that we did talk about before was actually getting the purchaser or the person who the car belongs to actually pull out their car out of that slot while we would hold their spot with the cone so it wouldn't be taken, and we would move the car to a place where we had more space to actually work on it.
Okay. You would move the car?
Well, either us or the person that owns it, if they feel more comfortable with them moving it, we wouldn't mind.
If you do it, you're gonna need an insurance. Because-
Yeah, and probably as you're bringing in additional washers, you'll need some type of liability insurance to protect the owner's vehicles, just someone accessing them.
The other thing you have to think about, and cars have a lot of chemicals in them, right? And they collect it from road wear and stuff. If you go in and wash it, I believe the city doesn't allow you to just wash off the chemicals and leave them there. Now, I know there's a lot of car wash on the sides that they're just not regulated. But if you're gonna go kind of into the city licensing, you need to check with them to see if I wash a car and take the chemicals off, is it okay, it goes down the drain or the gutter? If it's left there, if not, they may say, no, you gotta have a system to recover that. If I go to Red Carpet Car Wash, they've got a recovery of all that water that's going specifically in there, so it doesn't go into our water system, which is what we don't care to have. So just check on that to see, because that can change the whole dynamics of the way you're gonna wash cars.
And then you guys also said that you're going to have somewhere where people can sign up to be a washer, right?
Yes.
So kind of like Uber. So what percentage do those washers get?
So we were discussing on how that was going to work. It would be a way of basically how they have to drive out to there would be an added price on that. And then so they would take a percentage of the wash price and the driving out price, and then we would take the rest of the percentage.
But to answer your question, we haven't thought of what percentage they would take out of you.
So where's the pressure washer come?
The pressure washer,
Do they have to go out and buy their own, or?
well, we were thinking about keeping it affordable, so we wanted to, what was the thought was replacing the pressure washer with a cheaper pump wash, just those sprayers.
But who buys that?
It would be, for now, it would be provided by us.
So you'd like buy 25 of them, because you have 25 washers?
And supply them to people who would sign up. So after they sign up, they wait a few days till the package ships out to them and they can get their washer.
Okay. What if they disappear on you?
If who does.
I got myself a nice washer.
Yeah, I got this water. Out of here.
I'm gonna go do my own washing without you guys. You gave me that nice, all that nice equipment.
We haven't thought about how to solve a problem like that, but we would think about it.
These are all the things you need to kind of, try to visually think about every step that's there. How this actually works. That's the best way to build a business, is mentally just walk it, step, as a group. It's, okay, now we pull up in front of the car. It's gonna be washed. What do we do now? Oh, we have to find the owner, we have to move it, or we gotta get the cones out, or we gotta go into the back and pull out the washer first before we pull out, that's how you gotta do it, to catch every little detail. And that'll give you a really good idea of where, the problems may occur.
I love the concept. I love the idea of an app to order a car wash. That's something I think many people would use. Having a lot of the information shared on the front end, what to expect if you order a wash. You may have to move your vehicle into a different location, the time frame that would be expected for a washer to come out and do that. But the idea, I think, is great, and I really hope to see something like this launch live. There's a lot of detail that goes into it to sustain it, but I do think the idea is definitely one to continue pursuing.
Thank you.
Anyways,
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah.